Lisa has a job downtown, and she's never been a fan of driving in city traffic. So about a year ago, she started taking Ubers regularly instead of dealing with parking. At first, I didn't think much of it. Hell, I encouraged it. Less stress for her, right? But in hindsight, this was when everything started to change. It wasn't long before she mentioned one particular driver. Let's call him Jake. Oh, Jake is so nice! He always gets me there on time. Jake's car is spotless. Jake even waits for me when I work late, so I don't have to get a new driver. I still didn't suspect anything at this point. To me, it sounded like she just got lucky with a reliable driver. But then, she started getting home later than usual. At first, she claimed she had to stay late at work. Then it was, "Oh, I stopped for coffee before coming home." Or, "I went for a little walk to clear my head." The excuses were small, believable, but they started piling up. Then came the changes in her appearance. Lisa always took care of herself, but suddenly, she was putting in way more effort than usual. New lingerie, perfume, extra time doing her makeup. When I asked about it, she rolled her eyes and said, "Jesus, can't a woman just want to feel good about herself?" Yeah, sure. That sounded reasonable. Until one night, she came home absolutely glowing. I mean, flushed cheeks, messy hair, a smile she hadn't had for me in months. She smelled like cologne. Not her perfume, cologne. I asked, "Rough day at work?" She laughed and said, "God, no. I just had the best Uber ride home. Jake is hilarious. We were just talking about life, you know. It's refreshing to have a conversation that isn't about bills or work." That rubbed me the wrong way, but I pushed it aside. Maybe she just needed to vent to someone. I didn't want to be the paranoid, controlling husband, but I should have been. Because I had no idea that the woman I married, the woman I trusted, was already fucking her Uber driver behind my back. And soon, I'd find out in the worst way possible. After that night when Lisa came home glowing, I started paying more attention. I wasn't outright suspicious yet, but something in my gut told me shit wasn't right. I didn't say anything though. I just watched. And what I saw, Lisa's phone was glued to her hand. She'd smile at random texts and quickly lock the screen if I glanced over. She started dressing differently, more skin, tighter outfits. She wasn't doing that for me, that's for sure. One night, I casually asked, "So how's Jake?" I swear to God, she froze for half a second before rolling her eyes. "Jesus, you and Jake. He's just my Uber driver, chill out." Yeah, just an Uber driver. Still, I kept quiet. I figured if I was right, I'd catch her eventually. And oh, did I. Fast forward a couple of weeks. Lisa was going out more. Girls' nights, late shifts, all that bullshit. One night, she told me she'd be late again. "Don't wait up," she said, kissing my cheek like nothing was wrong. But this time, I wasn't staying home. I had already memorized her routine. Every time she went out, she took an Uber, and 9 times out of 10, Jake was the one picking her up. So I did something I never thought I'd have to do. I installed a tracking app on her phone. Yeah, I know. Invasions of privacy, trust issues, all that. But at this point, I needed to know. Sure enough, I saw her little location dot stop moving way before it should have. She wasn't downtown. She wasn't at a restaurant. She was parked on some random street. I got in my car and drove. I wasn't even sure what I was going to do, but my heart was pounding the entire way. And then I saw it. Jake's car. Rocking. Fogged up windows. And Lisa's fucking moans leaking through the cracked window. I swear for a second, I thought my brain shut down. I sat there in my car, gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles went white. I could see her, not just some vague outline. Her blonde hair, her fucking legs wrapped around him, her nails digging into his back. And then it hit me. She didn't even respect me enough to be discreet. She was out here, in the middle of a damn street, fucking her Uber driver in his car. Something inside me snapped. I threw my car into park, got out, and stormed toward them. And that's when the real show began. So there I was, standing outside of Jake's Uber, watching my wife get railed by some greasy-ass driver in the back seat like a goddamn high schooler. My heart was pounding, my fists clenched, and I could feel the rage boiling up inside me. But here's the thing. I didn't yell. I didn't bang on the window like some lunatic. No. I pulled out my phone, turned on the flashlight, and knocked on the window. 3 times. The car froze. The moaning? Gone. The movement? Dead still. Then, slowly, so fucking slowly, the foggy window rolled down, and there she was. Lisa. Hair a mess. Makeup smeared. Lipstick smudged on her cheek. And the fucking audacity to look at me like I was the problem. Jake, on the other hand, looked like he just shit himself. What the fuck? Lisa started, but I cut her off. You done? I asked, dead fucking serious. Or do you need me to come back in 5 minutes? Jake actually scrambled to pull his pants up like his life depended on it. Lisa, on the other hand, this bitch had nerve. She scoffed. Oh my god, are you seriously following me now? This is psycho behavior, Matt. Psycho behavior? I caught her mid-fucking, and she's calling me the psycho? I just laughed. A real, bitter fucking laugh. Oh yeah, Lisa, I'm the crazy one. Not the woman getting raw-dogged by her Uber driver on a random street like a cheap hooker. That hit a nerve. She lunged for the door handle, stumbling out of the car barefoot, yanking her dress down like she had any dignity left. You don't get to talk to me like that, she screamed, her face red, her voice shrill. You never fucking listen to me, Matt. You're so fucking boring. Aw, there it was. I smirked. Right. So this is my fault now? She crossed her arms, full-blown hysterical now. You never put in effort anymore. You don't take me out. You don't compliment me, you. I held up a finger. Oh, so that's why you're out here, fucking your Uber driver? I turned to Jake, who was still frozen like a deer in headlights. What's up, man? Do you always fuck married women in the back of your car, or am I just lucky? He opened his mouth, but Lisa slapped my arm. Stop making this a big deal, she shrieked. It was a mistake. Oh, a mistake? I cut her off. So what? You tripped on his dick and fell onto it. In the same fucking Uber you've been taking for months? Her face twisted, and she went for the classic cheater move, tears. Matt, please, she sniffled, reaching for my arm. I still love you. I stepped back. Don't fucking touch me. She gasped like I was the asshole. Meanwhile, Jake, the homewrecker, had finally started up his car like he was about to dip. Oh, don't go anywhere, I said to him. I think your wife might want to hear about this too. Lisa lost it. No, she shrieked, grabbing at me. Matt, don't fucking do this. I swear, I was going to stop. Oh yeah. I sneered. Before or after you came? She slapped me. Hard. I just smiled. Thanks for making this even easier, Lisa. Because at that moment, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was filing for divorce. You ever have one of those moments where your whole life just snaps into focus? Like suddenly, all the bullshit, all the excuses, all the blind trust you gave someone just crumbles, and you finally see them for who they really are? That was me driving home that night. The woman I married, the woman I built a life with, was nothing but a lying, cheating bitch. And the worst part? She didn't even have the decency to feel bad about it. She only started crying when she realized she was losing. I pulled into my driveway, parked the car, and just sat there for a minute. My hands were shaking, my heart was racing, but more than anything, I just felt done. Lisa wasn't home yet. Probably still trying to smooth things over with her greasy-ass Uber lover. Good, because I had work to do. Step 1. Lock her out. I walked inside, grabbed my laptop, and changed every password. Bank accounts, Netflix, Wi-Fi, even the damn grocery delivery app. Then, I went to the smart lock settings and revoked her access. Bitch could sleep in Jake's backseat for all I cared. Step 2. Evidence. I knew Lisa was the type to play the victim, so I needed to cover my ass. I pulled up my phone, scrolled to the tracking app I'd installed, and screenshotted everything. The location history, the timestamps, proof that she wasn't where she said she was. Then, I saved a copy of our texts, where she lied over and over again about where she was. And the cherry on top? The photo I took of her mid-fuck in Jake's car. She wasn't weaseling her way out of this one. Step 3. The lawyer. It was late, but I didn't care. I googled the best divorce attorney in this city and fired off an email. Subject: urgent. Filing for divorce body. Caught my wife cheating. Have proof. Need to move fast. Call me ASAP. Sent. And just as I was about to crack open a beer and breathe for the first time all night. Bang. 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 The front door shook under the force of Lisa pounding on it like a lunatic. Matt! Open the fucking door! I smirked, leaned back on the couch, and took my sweet time getting up. When I finally swung the door open, Lisa stood there, makeup streaked, hair wild, eyes crazy. She had her shoes in one hand and her phone in the other. What the fuck is wrong with you? She screamed. Why is my key not working? I crossed my arms. Oh, you mean my house? Yeah, I changed the locks. She gasped like I had just slapped her. You locked me out? Are you fucking serious? I smiled. Dead fucking serious. Her face twisted with rage. You're acting like a fucking psycho. I told you, it didn't mean anything. I laughed. Actually laughed. Lisa, you were riding his dick in the back of a fucking Toyota Camry. It meant enough. Her nostrils flared. You're insane. You can't just throw me out. Oh, I can. I cut in, leaning against the doorframe. And I did. Hope Jake has room in his car, 'cause you're not sleeping here. She screamed in frustration, stomping her foot like a goddamn child. Then, suddenly, her face changed. The anger faded. The crocodile tears came back. Matt, she whimpered, reaching for me. Please, we can fix this. I love you. I stepped back. No, Lisa. You love yourself. Her face hardened. You're making a huge mistake. I shrugged. Yeah. Well, so did you. And with that, I shut the door in her fucking face. As I locked it, she screamed on the other side, kicking the door, calling me every name in the book. I just smiled, walked to the fridge, and grabbed a beer. Because for the first time in a long time, I felt free. I thought locking Lisa out would be the end of it, at least for the night. That she'd get in her little Uber fucking mobile and slink off to whatever hole she crawled out of. But nah, because Lisa, she doesn't lose. I woke up at around 3 a.m. to my phone vibrating like crazy. Missed calls. Texts. Voicemails. Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. Lisa, 1:47 a.m. Matt, please just let me in. I don't want to fight anymore. Let's talk. Lisa, 1:58 a.m. Fine. Be a child. You're really locking your own wife out like I'm some stranger? Lisa, 2:09 a.m. I swear to God, Matt, if you don't open this fucking door. Lisa, 2:23 a.m. Wow. You're a fucking asshole. And then, Lisa, 2:45 a.m. You're gonna regret this. Oh, that got my attention. I sat up, rubbing my eyes, debating if I even wanted to deal with this. But something in my gut told me to check the cameras. So I did. Pulled up the front door feed on my phone. And what did I see? Lisa, standing in the driveway, with a fucking baseball bat. I shot up out of bed, wide awake now. Was this bitch serious? Before I could even get to the door, she started swinging. First, she went for my fucking car. Crack. The sound of metal denting sent a rage through me I didn't even know I was capable of feeling. Then, another swing. The side mirror snapped clean off. I yanked the door open. What the fuck is wrong with you? Lisa whirled around, hair wild, eyes manic. You think you can fucking humiliate me? I threw my hands up. Humiliate you? Bitch, you were the one getting your back blown out by a fucking Uber driver. She pointed the bat at me like some lunatic. I gave you 6 years, Matt. 6 years of my fucking life. I barked out a laugh. Oh, my bad. Didn't realize 6 years came with a free cheating pass. She screamed, a full-blown banshee wail, and went for another swing. That's when I snapped. I lunged forward and ripped the bat from her hands. She stumbled back, wide-eyed, like she hadn't expected me to fight back. You're fucking crazy, I said, throwing the bat across the yard. You're lucky I don't call the cops. And you know what she did? She smirked. Smirked like she had something up her sleeve. And that's when she hit me with the real bomb. You want to go to war, Matt? She whispered, stepping closer. Fine. But just know, I can play way dirtier than you. I stared at her. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? She grinned. Guess you'll find out. And just like that, she turned on her heel and walked away. No more screaming. No more crying. Just gone. And that scared me more than anything. Because Lisa, she wasn't the type to give up. The next morning, I woke up to a notification. Lisa had drained our joint account. Thousands gone. I grabbed my keys and drove straight to the bank, but it was pointless. Her name was on the account, and legally, she had the right to take the money. That didn't mean she'd keep it, but Lisa wasn't done. That afternoon, she stormed into my office building. I found out when SEC. She's making a scene in the lobby, they said. Should we remove her? I went downstairs instead. Lisa stood in the middle of the lobby, arms crossed, face twisted in rage. You stole my money, I said. She smirked. Cry about it. I exhaled slowly. You think this is gonna stop me? I'm filing for divorce either way. Her fingers curled into fists, and before I could react, she slapped me. Hard. Gasps filled the lobby. People were watching. Security took a step forward. Lisa, finally realizing what she'd done, stepped back. But it was too late. You just assaulted me in front of everyone, I said. Security wasted no time. One of the guards grabbed her by the arm. Ma'am, you need to leave. She started thrashing. Get your fucking hands off me. I turned away, not bothering to watch them drag her out kicking and screaming. By the time I got home, my lawyer had already drafted the divorce papers. I sent him everything. Screenshots, videos, proof of her cheating, even security footage from the office. Lisa didn't stand a chance. She tried to fight it, but she had no leverage. The divorce moved fast. No alimony. No settlement. Not a dime. And then, Just when I thought it was over, she showed up at my house one last time. I heard the banging first, then the screaming. Matt, open the fucking door. I checked the camera. She was barefoot, hair wild, eyes red from crying. I opened the door just enough to look her in the eye. What do you want, Lisa? Her face crumpled. I fucked up. I nodded. Yeah, you did. She tried to step forward, but I shut the door in her face. And this time, I locked it for good.